trying to say that Mike Busch was a member of the Battle of 1812. I just want to clarify that I only served in the Civil War and wars forward. It's a pleasure for me to be here. I just want to compliment you on an outstanding delegation that you sent to Annapolis. I particularly want to point out Dave Rudolph, who has been a colleague of mine for many years and has risen in leadership, has done an outstanding job. He serves in the vice chairmanship of the House Economic Matters Committee. You got a great leader in Dave Rudolph. Now listen, I want to tell you one thing. You know what's great about being in Maryland, being in government right now? There's not a whole lot of things, but one thing's great. You get up this morning and you say to yourself, you're number one in education in the United States of America the second year in a row. Number one. 2 years in a row. There's 50 other governors who like to be saying there saying that, 50 other speakers like to be saying that. But I have to tell you one thing. If you want to put yourself into perspective, the other day I was in a 4th grade class teaching Maryland government, little girl and all these kids in the library. A little girl named Ann got up and said, I'd like to introduce to you a man who served 24 years in the Maryland House of Corrections. And her teacher got all excited and said, Ann, and Ann got a little flustered. She looked around, then she smiled, stuck her chin out and said, oh yes, and Mr. Busch is the leader of the Maryland House of Corrections. I just want to let you know that we're going to have tough times this year, but tough times make tough people. We're going to make good decisions down here for you. You got great legislative leadership from your counties. Many of them are here tonight. Be sure to make sure that you say what's important to you back home in Cecil County. I also want to give a shout out to Carl Roberts, my good friend who's been the superintendent of the school there for years. And a great liaison for you in the city of Annapolis. So go Ravens, go Cecil County. Lord Baltimore's with you. Thank you.
Welcome to Annapolis. I want to thank all of you for what you do for the life of our state. I'm double teamed here, 2 Bryans. Both Bryans, thank you for what you do. Keep Cecil County strong. Cecil County is such a dynamic place, and all of you are to be commended for holding on to your quality of life, for realizing the tremendous opportunities in employment and so many other things in Cecil County. Pretty countryside. It's one of the few counties where I've actually ridden out of a, in fact, the only time I ever rode out of a cabinet meeting on a horse was in Cecil County. And a woman said to me today, you did a good job on that. I said, yeah, 90% of it is just not falling off, isn't it? So I've had occasion, Christian Johansson is here, and some other members of our cabinet have been through. I saw Jim Harkins here from MES, there he is. Hello, Jim. How are you? A man who's very familiar, having been a neighboring county executive. But look, I want to just encourage you to please keep going. We have never been closer to the economic rebound than we are right now. So let's all take a little bit of heart from that. I know there's a lot of pain. I know there's a lot of suffering out there. But look, there are very few states in the Union that are as strong as ours. You will not find a greater group of people than we have in the state of Maryland, and we're going to come through this together. I want to end with one important piece of business, and that is that you will notice that the state capitol dome is purple.
Yeah.
Ryan got the memo, he's purple. This is the only purple suit I own. My wife got it at the Johnson's going out of business sale 2 years ago. It's my purple tie. We got Governor Mitch Daniels to finally return my call to do the bet for this upcoming weekend. We have the live lobster coming down from Devout Patrick, which we're going to display and keep alive at Bertha's or someplace up in Baltimore. We haven't figured that out. We're talking to the National Aquarium on that to make it a point of display. But hope the Ravens win this weekend, and I'll tell you, we have a big bet. Mitch Daniels not only matched our crab cake, but he responded with some sort of shrimp cocktail from a restaurant up there and a sugar cream pie. Anybody have relatives in Indiana? Sugar cream pie? I didn't know what the hell it was either, so we...
I do.
So we responded, of course, with the Smith Island cake.
Yeah, it's far better.
And then he upped the bet one further. He said, whichever governor loses has to fly the winning team's pennant from his car window for the remaining period. But I know that you did not want me to fold. You did not want me to call. You wanted me to rise to the challenge on your behalf. So by golly, we did. Go Cecil County, go Ravens, and thank you all for what you do for our state.